What's up, y'all? Jeffery, Jeffery TV, coming to you live on Memorex. Happy Saturday. Ultimate remote location, alternate route, alternate Southern Park Mall route, making my loops. The weather is a tad bit inclement, if I can use that word. It's like 51 degrees and windy, kind of gray, got kind of a cold chill to it, and a light threat of rain. So I came here to the mall, get my steps again, left granddaughter at home, get out here, get some in myself, a little bit more vigorous walk, feels good. Also, I have to admit that I come here to the mall, it's good seeing people. You know, I'm used to seeing a lot more people than I usually see. So it's really good to come here and see people, even if I don't want to say even if they're Ohio people, but you know, it's a different culture, a different society, a different public than Los Angeles, and this is where I came from, so I don't mind looking at them and having them looking at me. I walk around here, fairly frequently, so I walk by a jewelry store or something, and when the girl said, "Hey, don't you usually have a little girl with you?" I'm like, "Yeah." I said, "I'm free today." So it's just good to see people, because when you're out there walking the street, they gon' be. When you're out there walking the street, you don't see too many people. And, and a lot of this is therapeutic for me too, psychologically and maybe mentally, just to be out here doing this. I realize that because the weight ain't coming off like it usually does when I sweat and lose all that water weight and then get on the scale and see a drastic drop, and it makes me feel good no matter how pseudo that weigh-in is. So I often question, why am I out here? Why am I doing this? Is this worth it? And I know it is, at least psychologically, mentally, to get out and to keep moving, no matter how many calories I burn. And now in my news feed, I'm starting to see stuff about, is 10,000 steps enough? Is 10,000 steps enough? Click here, fill this out. Let us know your height, weight, how many steps you walk, your activity. They ask you all these questions, and you're expecting to get a response right then, and you never do. I fell for one of them. Went through like 3-4 minutes of just answering questions, expecting to get some kind of, reply back. Instant, but you don't. So, and I kind of knew that. But it was good to, well, I ain't gonna say it was good. I'm just talking now because, you know how it is. There was people around, and I get distracted when there's somewhat of an audience. But like I said in my newsfeed, now the thing is, are you walking enough for your age? Is 10,000 steps enough? Is this, that? I'm like, and I don't mind questioning this, these steps. I don't mind putting it through scrutiny and reevaluating what I'm doing. I got no problem with reevaluating what I'm doing. In fact, I probably need to do that. And I was even thinking about getting a more rigorous exercise workout plan anyway, other than just walking. At least do some calisthenics, especially with the weight training. Really, 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 really thinking that, weight training at my age, they recommend building muscle when you get to be the age I am, instead of just walking and doing your back and this and that and this and that. Walking is good. And that's, like I said, it's probably good for my therapeutic. I keep saying therapeutic, I don't know what the word is. Psychological, my meditation, this is my meditation. Can I say it's my grounding? Can I go that far? To say it's my grounding and my meditation and all of that? It is. It definitely is. Get out here, get time to myself, can think to myself, go over the thoughts in my head, and do some administrative looking at my life, make sure. Speaking of which, I made some phone calls the other day. Finally, after a few weeks of not doing it, made a few calls and sent a few emails to get my disability extended and send in the paperwork to the state and to my medical insurance and to the provider. Kind of got all that work done. I think I'm back on track. I think they're gonna be sending me a check, you know, even for the days I missed. I think they're gonna send me a check. Then also send an email to my HR department, leave of absence. We even got a department called leave of absence. I guess there's a few people from HR that work in that department. But, so I sent them an email saying, oh, is all my stuff getting paid? Because it seemed like I'm getting more money from SDI than I did in my check. You know, it's like I'm getting more money from the SDI, from the state disability insurance, than I am in my regular check. It's like really almost like $900 more a month, a week, every 2 weeks. Almost like $900 more every 2 weeks. So I know something's not getting paid or something's going on. And I might as well out it before it outs me. And they tell me I owe the money. Not that I don't have the money, because I got a nice little extra savings. I got a nice little savings on top of my savings right now, because I took out a chunk of money to pay income tax I knew I was going to have to pay. And I didn't have to pay as much income tax as I thought I was. So, it's, you know, you got a little bit of money left in the savings account, into the checking account. So I'm good, you know, I'm good. I just gotta get prepared to go back. I go back home June 10th, and June 12th or June 13th, I have a doctor's appointment, reeval. I tell them, all right, send me back to work June 25th. That way I don't miss no days. And also in my email that I sent to our HR department, I asked them, did I burn through all my vacation time? Do I have any vacation time left? Did the state disability and other stuff, you know, cover me for that vacation time? Or you got to burn through that first and then it kick in. So we'll take a look and see. It would be nice if I had a few hours of vacation time. Hell, it'd be really nice if I accumulated Would it be nice if I accumulated vacation time during this? Knowing liberal ass California and that wonderful company I work for, it's probably, it might be possible. It might be possible. But I think you gotta work those days and work those hours to accumulate vacation time like that. So it would be nice, wouldn't it? It would be fun if that was the case. Because looks like P-Funk is starting up a Western tour, July 24th in Seattle, and in Oregon in July. But July is like around the corner. So that's, you know, it seems like those dates should be really starting to fill in. They're gonna just go out there for 2 days. Go out there for Oregon, Eugene, Oregon, and Seattle, Washington. It seems like they're close together. So I figure, you know, boom, boom, boom. And they just played LA and didn't do nothing too far north. I don't think they did San Francisco. In fact, I think they just did. I am. Podcast. I am. Everybody wants to be on Jeffery TV. I should have stopped and gave him some love, but you know, I just want to keep it moving. Just keep it moving. You know, and I probably should have stopped and gave the little man a little bit of attention and let him know, you know, I should have. But my first reaction was to keep going. Anyway, so I don't know why they doing that 2 days. I don't know what they're doing. So, and it's July already. It seems like the days should be booked. And the Seattle show, I looked at it. All the front row seats are taken. It looked like I can get a resale one for like a couple $100, which ain't too bad. But, and it's like far right, you know, front row. but far right for like a couple hundred. But, you know, I ain't that interested. I got my fill. I got my 10 days. I got my 10 shows this year so far. No, I got 10 shows in 7 days. I had 10 shows in like a month. And then I had 3 more earlier. So I think I've seen them 13 times. I've seen them 13 times this year, something like that. So I'm good. I'm good. Maybe, I don't know how it's gonna work, but it would be nice to maybe have a few shows later in the year. One in New Orleans. I wanna go back to New Orleans. And of course, have them later in the year and have it so that I have some vacation time or some time, you know, blah, 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 blah. And hopefully, and I'm pretty assured that I'll be ready to go back. I think I really do. I think I'm ready to go back and pick up the phone. I can actually picture myself picking up the phone, having the phone ring, picking it up. Technology support, this is Jeff, how can I help you today? And it doesn't make me cringe or make my stomach hurt. I don't get that weird feeling in my body that I just detest this whole thing. So that's that, you know. So we doing all right. We doing all right. And let me see what else I want to talk about. It's 2 things I want to talk about there. Well, one thing that maybe I couldn't really think of nothing to talk about. So I said, all right, I'm gonna try this. One thing I want to talk about was I saw a guy walking by with a Mooney shirt on. And I was like, yeah. I pictured myself talking to him and say, hey, did you go to Mooney? Yeah, I graduated Mooney, blah, blah. And I was like, wow, I graduated from Mooney 45 years ago. I graduated high school 45 years ago. My God, what is that about? And I mean, when you think about it in that, and you think about how long life is, and this and that, and how much time has gone by, and this and that, it kind of seems like, oh my God. But if you stop and kind of check and hold your place and just take a look at all the things that you accomplished or didn't accomplish in that 45 years, you got to be pretty happy. There it is. Everybody want to be on Jeffery TV. I was going to say, I look at how much I accomplished in the last 45 years, the things I've done, things I've built, things I've experienced. How would I rate it? Well, I would have to rate it thinking that there's nobody or nothing else I'd rather be than me. So I think I did pretty well. Here we start right there. We can simply start right there. That there's nothing I love more than being me. So that may put an idea on just how much I feel, unless you give me an idea about what I think about what I've done in the last 62 years of my life. To evaluate it personally. Is there more I want to do? Of course. Is there more I want to do? Of course there is. I wish there was even more a sense of urgency. I wish I even had more of a sense of urgency, to be completely honest with you. I really do wish. I need to step up my sense of urgency. I really want to, feel like I need to get stuff done. I really, really, really just want to get stuff done. Set some metrics, some accomplishments, and just really just step it up. But part of my philosophy is just do what you can do, and then, let the rest happen. Let it fall in place naturally. That is a big part of my thinking and philosophy. Like Mr. Clinton says, do the best you can and funk it. Am I doing the best I can? No. Because there was a time when I was focused, laser focused, and was kicking ass. You know, it was like I was just on it, head down grinding. And, you know, I'm not sure how. I got a lot done, but, you know, it may have been a cost to me, you know, as far as that. But the cost may have been worth it, you know, just to, you know, what you go through to experience, to work that hard, that focus, and, you know, not be distracted and have this and have that out of your mind, and you're just kind of, you know, head down. It takes a toll on you mentally and physically, but is it a big toll? Probably not. You know, so, you know what I mean. And also, what else I was thinking, I was walking and I saw a little kid running, you know, like little 2-3-year-old or whatever, maybe 1-2-3-year-old. He's running, you know how they run and they take off. And his shoe came off and he just kept going. I was like, wow. And so he just, one of his shoes came off. So yeah, one shoe on, one shoe off. But he just kept going like it was nothing to it, you know? Let alone, he definitely wasn't worried about losing the shoe. You know, oh, my granddaughter now is at the point where she said, you know, grandfather, I lost my shoe, grandfather, my shoe. Oh, you know, she's aware of that. But he wasn't, and there was a time when she wasn't, where it didn't even matter if they had one shoe on or not. It's just like not even part of the equation. It's just, you just keep going. And I was like, thinking to myself, don't you realize you only got one shoe on? I was like, don't you realize you only got one shoe on? Can't you tell the difference in the way you're running and how your feet feel or anything? It didn't matter. He was gone. He was running and picked him up, put him in another one of those like riding toys, like riding rides, you know, those coin operated little rides. He didn't care. He had a shoe on or not. Didn't matter at all. Zero. Running or not. You know, so that's interesting. I thought to, you know, check that out and see that. And just to wonder, because I really don't got much on my mind. Really don't got much on my mind. JCPenney. So we used to go, that was my store. We had the catalog. My mother obviously probably had the credit card. JCPenney, it's the one we used to go to. Right there. It used to be a restaurant in there. We used to eat in the restaurant. It was good. That's when I got turned on to Reubens. My mother used to always get a Reuben. And I started getting them too. And they was good. All right, I gotta pee. So, I think I'm gonna have to kill this. I'm gonna have to stop this and start it over again. How about that? I shot a video yesterday and I didn't swing on y'all at the outro. So I'm gonna do it now. This is the next day. I'm gonna shoot this now. Tap it to the end of yesterday's video, then post it. Swinging on y'all 2 times. For me, for the phone. And for every elementary particle that has ever existed in any atom, in this or in any universe that ever was, is, will be, it's the totality of it all. Theory of universe. Hypothesis of all as one. My name is Jeffery.